So you want to buy a house, but you don't have any money and you don't have a job. Well, I'm Charles Rashid, and today you're in luck. I'm going to talk you through step by step how to buy a house with no money and no job. And then I'm going to talk to you about pitfalls to avoid to make sure that you don't get stuck in a deal that you can't close on or you don't have any legal right to. And then thirdly, I'm going to talk to you about what to do with the property once you get it and how to use that property to leverage it to buy another house and another house. So you want to buy a house, but the problem is you don't have any money and you don't have a job. Well, I'm Charles Rashid. I've been investing in real estate for over 30 years. And when I got started, I was just like you. I didn't have a job, I didn't have any experience, I didn't have any money. But I knew that real estate was the way to become wealthy. And I was bound and determined to figure it out. So I must have looked at hundreds of houses and apartment buildings before I found one that fit the way that I could buy the property. And the first way to buy a property with no money down is to find an owner that is willing to owner finance it to you. Some people call it rent to own, land contracts. In this particular case, I bought an 8-unit apartment building for $200,000, and I was able to go to the bank and borrow $150,000, and then the owner, an elderly couple, financed the difference to me of $50,000, and I made payments to them. Even though I didn't have any money, the bank was willing to loan me money on the $150,000 because the revenue from the tenants made more than enough to make the payment to the bank, to the owners, and left plenty of cash for me for maintenance reserves, insurance, taxes, and a little bit of income for me as well. So the second way that you can find property with no money down is find distressed sellers. Yesterday, I had a seller call me, and he's 3 months behind on his mortgage. He has a townhouse worth about $75,000. He owes $40,000 on it, so a little bit more than half, but he's 3 months behind. His payments are $500 a month, and he just wants out before he gets foreclosed on. So what he offered me was if I made the 3 payments to catch him up, then we would fill out a contract where I had the right to own the property and I would assume his mortgage. Now again, the property's worth $75,000, I'm taking over his mortgage for $40,000, and all I have to come out of pocket is $1,500 to get him caught up. The property does need a little bit of improvements, maybe $10,000 painting and carpet and cleaning. Now he's moving out, this was his primary residence, and what I'm gonna do is get the property, clean it up, rent it out. I can rent it for $1,200 a month. I already have a tenant lined up. And then once I get that tenant in there and the property cleaned up, I'm gonna go get it reappraised, and then I'm gonna go to the bank. It'll appraise about $75,000 or $80,000, and I'm gonna go borrow 75% of that. So then I'm gonna pay off the mortgage that the current owner has. I'm gonna pull out the cash that's the excess and put it in my pocket, which by the way is tax-free because it's just a loan. It is not income to me. And then I'm gonna go do that again and again. The third way to buy a house with no cash and no job is to find a money partner, a cash partner that has enough money for the down payment and potentially even good credit that he's willing to use. He's protected by the property itself. You're gonna do all the work, you're gonna find the property, and then you're gonna split the profit with your money partner. So those are 3 ways to get property with no money and no job. So now, what do? How do you protect yourselves? And what I recommend is find a good real estate attorney to protect yourself, especially in a rent-to-own model where someone else actually owns the property. You're going to want to make sure that that contract is rock solid and you're going to be able to own that property as long as you make the payments and you do your part of the bargain, what you agree to. The other thing you got to make sure is that owner actually has the right to sell it to you. These are very important steps. And it's a lot of money. Real estate can make you a lot of money and it can cost you a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing. So when you're starting out, make sure you hire the right people. So the third thing you do is once you get that property and you're protected by the legal documents, then you're gonna fix it up. You're gonna find a tenant. Then you're gonna go get it appraised. You're going to refinance it, pay off the first mortgage and the second mortgage or the rent to own or whatever the case may be. Then you're going to pull the cash out, which is again tax-free to you. It is not income, it is a loan. And then you're going to go duplicate that process over and over and over again. And I can tell you I've done this hundreds of times. And I don't have any money in any of the property because I always am able to refinance it and pull out what little cash that I do put into it. Like in the case of the townhouse, I put $1,500 down and then I had some money in cleanup and carpet and paint. So I'll get all that back. Sometimes I put it on credit cards, sometimes I borrow it from friends, sometimes I have partners. This is a proven model. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is build wealth over time. So stay investing. I'm gonna do something else for you today. I'm gonna give you a free copy of my ebook, Building Wealth Through Real Estate Investing. So check the link below on how to get that book. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. Thanks for watching.